ESPN College Football Finale. Sun Devil Stadium, a blackout as Arizona State entertains the Wisconsin Badgers in the fourth Pac-12 Big Ten showdown of the day in college football. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tempe with Brian Greasy. I'm Dave Pash. Tom Luganville will join us shortly. Brian, one of the more intriguing matchups of the day because of the contrasting styles. New coach, but typical Wisconsin, very physical, run-oriented, and Arizona State, which wants to speed it up.
Yeah, it's really going to be an interesting game. This offensive line for Wisconsin, traditional, big, 320 pounds, 6'6", 6'8". These running backs, James White, Melvin Gordon, Corey Clement, a three-headed monster. How will this smaller Arizona State defense keep up? And then you're right, the tempo in the heat in the desert. Can this Wisconsin defense, which is a little bit bigger, guys like Chris Borland, linebackers, 250 pounds, can they keep up with the speed of the Arizona State offense?
Temperature here at kickoff, 97 degrees. As Wisconsin has won the toss and deferred. So Kyle French will boot it deep for Wisconsin. Marion Grice and Alonzo Agunu are the deep men for the Sun Devils. 4 straight year Wisconsin's played a game on the West Coast. The last 3 years was in Pasadena in the Rose Bowl. Arizona State has never lost here at Sun Devil Stadium against a Big Ten team. And Agunu electing to take a knee, so it will come out to the 25-yard line. Well, last year, Taylor Kelly, going into spring ball, was the #3 quarterback after throwing just 4 passes in 2011. He ended up being the starter and set the school record for completion percentage.
Yeah, and he did everything that Mike Norvell, their offensive coordinator, asked him to do a year ago. He was efficient with the football. He used his legs. If you take out the sacks from a year ago, he was the leading rusher on this team for Arizona State. So Wisconsin has to account for him with his feet in his own read game.
Got Marion Grice behind him. Here on first down at the ASU 25. Sun Devils have played just 1 game so far this year. They beat up on Sacramento State last week. And Kelly to the air. And he's got a man, but it's dropped at the 45-yard line by Rick Smith. That was set up for a big gain out near midfield.
Great call to start the game, play action, and I think Smith took his eye off the football. There's nothing but green grass in front of him. Would have been an electric way for Arizona State to start this game at home.
On 2nd and 10, it's a run play to DJ Foster, and he's tracked down by all Big Ten linebacker Chris Borland. That's a gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down.
That's a matchup we're going to keep an eye on all night. Chris Borland, the all Big Ten linebacker, the unquestioned leader as a senior of this Wisconsin defense. How well does he play in space? How well does he track these smaller, faster players, skilled players like DJ Foster for Arizona State?
Kelly to throw on 3rd down. And his pass is caught for a 1st down by Jalen Strong out near the 48-yard line. A 19-yard pickup. And Kelly with all day to throw. Down to the 11-yard line. A 1st down.
And that's Chris Coyle, their tight end. He's an X-factor. He caught 57 balls a year ago. When Taylor Kelly wants to make a play, he wants to find Chris Coyle. And when you spread the defense so thin horizontally with Foster and with Grice, the middle opens up wide for Chris Coyle.
And it's Grice trying to find a running lane. It's not there. He gets run down by Ethan Armstrong, former walk-on, so no gain on the play.
And that's a big penalty there, especially in the red zone. I think penalties in the red zone are magnified because it's a short field, and Wisconsin, despite the fact they've been on their heels in this first drive, if they can get a stop here and force a field goal, I think they would judge that a win.
2nd year for Todd Graham. They won 8 games last year, their first winning season since 2007. Here comes a reverse to Foster, and Wisconsin not fooled. Foster, though, hurdles Chris Borland and gets to the 10-yard line. So that's a 5-yard gain. It'll still be 3rd down and long. They can get a 1st down before the end zone.
Great reaction by Chris Borland. Everybody makes so much.
Yard gain. It'll still be 3rd down and long. They can get a 1st down before the end zone.
Great reaction by Chris Borland. Everybody makes so much out of the lack of speed, if you will, on this Wisconsin defense. But Borland, at 246 pounds, ran sideline to sideline easily.
So 3rd down and 9 for Arizona State at the 10-yard line. Here's a rollout for Kelly, and the throwback to the tight end, Chris Coyle, inside the 5, and he'll be short of the 1st down. So 4th down and 2. Do you take the points?
Well, we were talking with Coach Graham yesterday. He said anytime he crosses the 50-yard line in this game that he will not kick, he will go for it.
Well, you've got a field goal kicker that's a true freshman in Zane Gonzalez, who missed 2 out of his 4 attempts last week. And Todd Brown electing to go for it here. 4th down and 2. It's a pass play. Kelly fires, and it is incomplete. Nearly picked off by Desmond Southward. He had his foot on the sideline when he made the catch.
I don't know. Southward may have got his. I don't think his feet went out of bounds. Let's take a look. The ball is tipped, thrown behind him. It was an easy touchdown. Here comes Southward, number 12. And I don't know. Look at that right there, guys.
Yeah, and this is important because it's either the ball at the 2, or if it is an interception, it's a touchback, and you start at your 20. Ruling on the field is incompletion. So the ruling on the field was that Kevin Ogier, the wide receiver for Arizona State, was out of bounds. Therefore, the play's over, but it didn't look like he was out of bounds when he got his hands on it. And then it was hard to tell if Southward was out of bounds, but
yeah, that's close. Clearly, Ogier was not out of bounds.
The ruling on the field stands on the previous play.
So the ruling on the field stands. Not enough video evidence, according to them, to overturn it. So Wisconsin, instead of having a touchback, has to start on its 3-yard line.
You might say, oh, it's just a 17-yard difference at the 20, but this is where all the students, Arizona State student section down here, it's going to be out.
And Arizona State led the country in tackles for a loss last year. Can't get tackled for a loss in this situation. It'll be 2 points. Joel Stavi, the quarterback, and his pass deflected in the end zone. Incomplete. And Bradford back there along with Chris Young as they elect to let Joel Stavi, who is only starting for the 9th time in his career, missed about a month last year with a broken clavicle when he was playing as a freshman. They let him throw it from his own end zone there.
Well, you see the confidence they have in him. He's only making his 4th start on the road in his career, and this is a hostile environment. At night, this place is rocking.
They'll run it here. James White into the pile. And down to the 5-yard line, a gain of 3. Wisconsin has 3 excellent running backs. White, a senior, who is the active leader in Football Bowl subdivision in rushing yards. Then you got Melvin Gordon, a big-time sophomore, and also a true freshman, Corey Clement, who's averaging 9 yards a carry through 2 games. Now the opponents weren't very good. UMass out of the MAC and Tennessee Tech. 3rd down and 8 for the Badgers at their 5-yard line. Arizona State. See if it brings pressure. 4-man rush. Stavi has to step up. And a dangerous play. It's incomplete. It's Will Sutton, the All-American, who is in the grill of Stavi. Almost threw a pick.
This is a fierce pass rush from Arizona State. They were 2nd in the country in sacks a year ago with 52. And the big reason why Will Sutton, Carl Bradford, they get after the quarterback. And Joe Stavi is very lucky that ball was not intercepted.
So now Drew Meyer has to punt from the back of his end zone. And it's a short kick fielded by Smith at the 42 of Wisconsin. He gets sandwiched at the 39. And they're going to run the football. And Grice has a hole inside the 40-yard line. He pinballs off 2 Badgers to the 33. For a 17-yard gain.
Get out of your gap as a defense. Look at all 3 of these guys will get out of their gap. And there's a huge crease. Easy cut for Marion Grice. And if you run around blocks and you get out of gaps, you're going to get creased.
DJ Foster on a nifty play there on the end around. Just a shovel pass by Kelly. But Wisconsin not fooled. Southward on the stop. Just a 1-yard pickup.
And I'll go back to Shelton, the true freshman. Actually, that is a very smart play, because that would have been an easy touchdown for Arizona State. And when you reach that handout, just 15 yards, you still give your defense a chance.
Second time the Sun Devils have been in the red zone. They've got over 100 yards so far. Wisconsin -2. Badgers haven't been past their own 10 yet. Kelly will give it to Foster into a wall of Badgers at the 17-yard line. Bo Allen leading the charge for Wisconsin. So it's 3rd down and long. I guess they're in 4-down territory, right?
Well, based off of what they've done so far in this game, they are in 4-down territory. So what that does is it allows you to bring in the running game in 3rd and long situations.
And Grice behind Kelly for 3rd and 7.
They just ran it on 3rd and 9. That's when they had that big crease. So if you're Wisconsin, you can't fall asleep on the inside run.
Kelly going to the end zone. Almost intercepted again by Southward. Rick Smith, the intended receiver, and Southward had it go right through his hands.
Southward is a 2-year starter and read that play perfectly. He saw the corner route develop and has the speed to get underneath. He just needs to finish that play. He's got his hands on the ball twice now in this game and has not been able to come down the interception.
So true freshman Zane Gonzalez will come on and try a field goal. 34-yard attempt. He missed from 33 and 49 last week. He did make a 40-yarder. And this one is good. Boy, that was close. It looked like it was headed to right of the upright initially, and it somehow curved back around.
Well, it looked like it was good, and then it was no good, and then it went right over the top. Tough call.
You make the call. It's a blackout here in Tempe and a packed house at Sun Devil Stadium. Arizona State looking for maybe its biggest win in the last 7 or 8 years if they can knock off Wisconsin, that comes in adding 3 straight Big Ten championships. Although they had help last year with Ohio State and Penn State being ineligible in their own division. Kenzel Doe on the return for Wisconsin. And Doe with a crease. They finally get to him with the 27. So you got a lot in there at fullback. And the senior White behind him, out on the flat to Abradaris. He gets a block from Frederick and is across the 30-yard line.
And Todd Graham can't say enough good things about Fiso. He loves his instinct and his toughness. This is a defense that is predicated on movement, on aggression. They want to get in the backfield of Wisconsin and disrupt plays, and that's one of the things Fiso does best.
And Gordon in their tailback now for the Badgers on 2nd down and 11. And Gordon hit in the backfield, but able to bounce off one man and get to the 42 for 3 yards.
You know, this defensive front for Arizona State, so undersized. We looked at the 2 deep coming into the matchup. Only one player on their entire 2 deep on defense, taller than 6'1". Quite frankly, I'd never even heard of that in major college football. But it's that lack of height in the defensive front, the explosiveness and the quickness that allows them to win the leverage battle. It's one of the reasons why the big guys up front for Wisconsin are having a hard time handling inside penetration.
And Luke, think about Will Sutton last year. He was 267. He's now over 300 pounds. And we saw him make a play earlier here in the quarter. 3rd down, blitz coming. In trouble with Stavi. Steps up, hit, got rid of the ball, complete for a 1st down. Well, Stavi going to the ground. Presence of mind to flip it ahead to Jordan Frederick.
This is a confidence-building play for Joel Stavi. He holds on to it too long, no doubt. But to have the presence of mind to flip that ball and get a 1st down, that can do a lot for your confidence in a hostile environment on the road.
Boy, awfully close to that right knee going down before he got rid of it. So for the first time, the Badgers in Arizona State territory as we wind down the 1st quarter. Wisconsin giving up points for the first time in 2+ games here. Pressure off the edge and up the middle. It's a screen. James White is loose. Here another 1st down. He'll come up just short. at the 39-yard line, tripped up by Irabor.
I love this call from Andy Ludwig, the new offensive coordinator for Wisconsin. You're getting blitzed on every snap. So what do? Let them blitz. Come to me and I'll throw the ball on a screen. This play is inches away from being a touchdown. Great play by the Arizona State corner to get his foot and get him on the ground. He had 3 blockers in front of him.
See if Wisconsin snaps it before the end of the quarter. They will not. So the Badgers driving thanks to a heads-up play by Stavi. They trail 3-0 to Arizona State after 1 quarter. Boy, UCLA with a terrific road win at Nebraska today with 38 unanswered points. That started the day. We end the day here in Tempe. Here's an end around to Gordon. It was lined up wide, and he stays in bounds. Great cutback. And Melvin Gordon, who averages this year 13 yards per carry. Last year was 11 yards a pop. Gets inside the 25.
And despite the fact that Arizona State has no safety in the game there, they get the ball to Gordon on the edge. First time we've called his name tonight. A very, very smooth athlete that is explosive. Almost looks like he's not running fast, but he certainly is. And he can break it at any time in the game.
That was a 19-yard run. In the Big Ten title game last year, he had 9 carries for 216 yards. The big play back. Here's White. And he breaks the tackle at the 10. All the way down to the 2-yard line. Stephon Martin on the stop. It's 1st and goal for Wisconsin.
And this is where this offensive line starts to take over. Up front, they get to the 2nd level. Right there, you see a good block by 73. That's Llewellyn. And then James White, you get him to the 2nd level on a safety. Him or Melvin Gordon, they're going to make a move and make a miss. And this is Wisconsin Badger football.
They got 3 tight ends in the game here for 1st down and goal. Stavi on a rollout. And his pass is pulled in. Touchdown. Jacob Pedersen, 1st team all Big Ten tight end a year ago, appeared to get his foot down.
Great call and execution. Pedersen very sure-handed. He has possession and feet inbounds. Excellent play for Wisconsin. 1st and 10. To call that play, the confidence you have in Joe Stavi, you know it's going to work because you have to respect the power of Wisconsin running the football.
Starts.
I think they're waiting for big Havestein, big Rob Havestein. He's 6'8", 340 pounds. It's hard to miss him.
They needed an 11th guy. He's 11 and a half. The extra point makes it 7-3 Wisconsin as French puts it through, and the touchdown pass by Stavi to Pedersen. And the Badgers, after finally getting decent field position, make the Sun Devils pay. It's only 1 game.
You're on record.
It's okay. Stand by it. Here's the return out past the 15-yard line. And near the 25. It's Darby, and so that's where Arizona State will start. 2nd year for Todd Graham at ASU after 1 year at Pitt and a handful of seasons at Tulsa. 8 wins a year ago, 5-4 in the Pac-12. This would be his signature win if they can get it, not just for him, for the program over the last 7 or 8 years. If they can knock off the Badgers here at home. There's a lot of momentum, Brian, right now with this program. A lot of people here in the area like what they've seen so far from Graham.
Well, the last 4 years under Dennis Erickson, they didn't have a winning season, and then all of a sudden Todd Graham comes in. They're 8-5. The problem with 8-5 is they didn't beat anybody with a winning record at the end of the year outside of Navy in the bowl game. So they've got to win some games against good opponents.
Out on the flat to Smith, and gets away from the freshman Shelton, but can't beat Southward, who takes him down at the 32.
No, I think that Arizona State and Todd Graham realize it's put up or shut up time. High expectations. I think this is a team in the preseason that generally gets high reviews, but do you trust them to close the deal? This is the year. I think with the schedule over the next 3 weeks, they got to get it done.
Yeah, we'll talk about that schedule after this play. It's a stretch over the next month. Ridiculous here as Kelly throws and dropped again by Smith. His 2nd drop. Sophomore that 14 catches a year ago. They need him to make the easy plays.
Yeah, that's a ball that Rick Smith should catch. Is a good read by Taylor Kelly. Had the zone read on the inside. and the defense collapsed, and it's wide open for Rick Smith. And it's just focus in a big game at night. National TV, you got to make those kinds of plays if your team's going to win.
They're at Stanford next week, then USC at home, then Notre Dame in Dallas. Arlington, as that pass is broken up, nearly intercepted by Shelton. It was intended for Jalen Strong. It's 4th down, and Arizona State will kick the football.
Well, any question marks about a true freshman on the outside going 5'9". That's all Shelton, the corner, is. He got his hands on him a little bit, but he was in great position. And the reason he didn't get that pass interference because he got his eyes back to the quarterback and made a play on the ball. That's well done by Sojourner Shelton.
So Vizar will punt it. And Doe is the deep man. It's a horrible snap, and the ball rolling around inside the 5. Vizar's got to fall on it. He doesn't. The Badgers appear to have it. It's a touchdown for Wisconsin. Bo Allen. Well, one official is saying no, he wasn't in. Now they're saying touchdown. They talk about it. They come to an agreement. It's a touchdown for the Badgers.
The thing that scared Todd Graham the most when he talked to them yesterday was the kicking game. He had a new punter, new kicker, and this time a bad snap. Right there, as you're a kicker, you just got to kick it out of the back of the end zone and take the safety. But how many times do you think that Arizona State practiced this and Vizar practiced that right there? You just got to know that.
We knew they had problems with the kicking game. That shouldn't be one of them right there. You got to at least give your punter a chance. Horrible snap by Easton Wallstrom.
But you have compounding mistakes. A bad snap, but then a bad mistake by Vizar. Just kick the ball out of the back of the end zone. It's the difference between 7 and 2 points.
Or fall on it. He tried to pick it up. And the point after from French makes it 14-3 Wisconsin.
These are the reasons why we have the conversation about Arizona State. They can't get that signature win. They can't beat that team that's good with a winning record. It's mistakes like this.
So Wisconsin with a special teams touchdown on a botched snap. And now the Badgers kicking deep. And Grice, or Foster rather, will take a knee, and it will come out of the 25 for Arizona State. Kelly just 2 of his last 9. They'll move the pocket for him here, and his pass on target to Smith. Out of bounds at the 32-yard line for a gain of 7.
No, I really like, guys, that they're moving the pocket there a little with Taylor Kelly. Get him out on the perimeter, run pass threat, because Wisconsin has decided that they feel good enough locking Sojourner Shelton, the true freshman, up at 21, Jalen Strong, man-to-man.
They moved the pocket a lot from last year. They'll throw from the pocket here and dump it off for a first down to Coyle. Chris Coyle, who had 57 catches last year, gets 8 yards and a first down for Arizona State.
And Coyle is the quarterback's best friend. I mean, he catches everything. You know exactly where he's going to be. If I'm Taylor Kelly, I'm going to continue to feed him and play action because you know he's going to be there to make the play.
Here's Grice. Pushed back after a nice gain on first down. About 7 yards. Joe Schobert, a walk-on, leading the charge at linebacker for Wisconsin.
You know, in the passing game, and Brian, we talked about this a bit in the break, getting Marion Grice, getting DJ Foster matched up out of the 2 or 3 number slot against a linebacker or strong safety, that's a match up to their advantage.
Kelly will throw here on second down, steps up, takes off. And Kelly gets the first down before he's tackled from behind by Warren Herring on the Wisconsin side of the field at the 47.
That's exactly what Arizona State needed, to get a couple of first downs so that they can get in their up-tempo. And Taylor Kelly to make a play with his feet. He's been such a good distributor of the ball over the last year and a half, and now you see the growth and the maturity of Taylor Kelly becoming a leader and making the right decisions at the right time.
Kelly's pass a little behind Foster, but he makes the catch. And it's another Arizona State first down. Second-year starter Taylor Kelly. It's the first time in 5 years they've had a returning starter at the quarterback position. And he's delivering here in this drive.
And when you get DJ Foster lined up in the slot, he's right here. It's a mismatch. They don't have, this is Borland right over the top of him. They cannot cover him with a linebacker.
Kelly firing over the middle and going low to make the catch is Jalen Strong inside the 25. It's another Sun Devil first down. Strong, a junior college transfer from Philadelphia, who they think can be a difference maker with this offense.
Well, he's the element that they did not have a year ago, a guy that can get vertical down the field and make big plays.
They run Smith into the backfield. Kelly will keep it here and get nailed by Borland. No gain on the play. Borland, first team all Big Ten linebacker a year ago.
Well, you can just see this Wisconsin defense, how big they are compared to the Arizona State offense, and can they continue to run in the heat? Very hot tonight in the desert. Can they continue to have the conditioning and keep up?
Here comes Borland up the middle, and Kelly delivers inside the 20-yard line. Grace inside the 10, and cut down at the 5-yard line by Caputo, who's shaken up after making the tackle. First and goal for the Sun Devils.
And that's Grice one-on-one with Brendan Kelly. Kelly 6'6", 255 pounds. As a linebacker, you can't ask him to cover a guy like Marion Grice, very shifty. And if you continue to find these matchups for Arizona State, you're going to have a lot of productive plays.
Now they're 0 for 2 on touchdowns in the red zone. They did get a field goal that was very close in the first quarter. I'd love to get 6 here. After that disaster on special teams, Grice down to the 1-yard line where he's pinned by Borland and Muldoon. So it's second down and goal for ASU.
You see Marion Grice signaling to the sideline. Run that one again. If I get that look again, I can get in. I don't doubt they'll give it to him. Wisconsin is selling out for the run. Look at everybody packed up and man-to-man across the board.
It's Grice. It's a touchdown. Rushing touchdowns last year. That's his second rushing touchdown this season. And on that drive, Taylor Kelly perfect passing, 5 of 5, 60 yards.
Well, Wisconsin may have had the size, but Arizona State had the numbers, and they just ran the zone read inside, and they didn't block Ethan Armstrong on the edge. He had to make a decision whether to take the quarterback or the running back, and he was caught in no man's land.
Special teams have been an adventure so far in the kicking game. Here's the extra point attempt. There was a blocked extra point in the meeting in 2010. That was the difference when Wisconsin beat ASU by 1. That one was good.
And if you're Ethan Armstrong right here on the edge, you can't be right. You got to take the quarterback or the running back, and it's no man's land.
Dave Pasch, Brian Greasy, Tom Luganville in Tempe. Wisconsin leading by 4 despite running 21 fewer plays than Arizona State. What was the difference, Brian, for ASU on that last touchdown drive?
Well, I think they found the matchup that they like. They've got their running back on a linebacker, and when Grice or DJ Foster gets matched up on these big linebackers for Wisconsin, it's advantage Arizona State.
Garrett kicking off, and it's going to come out to the 25. Interesting matchup with the Oak coordinator for Arizona State, Mike Norvell, 31 years old. Dave Aranda is under 40.
Yeah, 2 really good young football coaches.
There are 3 men in the backfield here for Wisconsin, including Pedersen on first down at the Badger 25. And a big hole crossing the 40-yard line is Gordon, and he's pushed out of bounds in Arizona State territory. Or he was untouched until he was pushed out at the 45-yard line, a 30-yard run.
And look at the block by Pedersen, the tight end, just comes through. That's a great formation for Wisconsin. They have 2 fullbacks in the backfield. They can go either way. They're balanced. And how many times have we seen Wisconsin backs from Dane to Ball to White to get to the second level without even being touched? It's almost not even fair.
Ball won the Dope Walker Award. He was a number 2 pick by the Broncos, second round. Yet they just find other guys and plug them in and have success running the ball. Stavi gonna air it out. Got one-on-one coverage, and Abradaris wasn't looking for it. Pass was overthrown. Carrington was trying to run with Abradaris. Second down and 10. Stavi had completed his last 5 passes before that incompletion.
Well, more important than that, Stavi came into this game with 102 attempts without an interception. Now, early in the game, he almost threw one to the other team. But if he protects the football and they run the ball well, that's the recipe for success for Wisconsin.
Derek Watt, younger brother of J.J., who played at Wisconsin, now one of the best players in the NFL. A fullback trying to help spring James White, but White wrapped up by Anthony Jones for no gain on the play. Jones from here in Chandler, a senior, makes the stop.
And they're trying to find the replacement for Brandon McGee. They moved Chris Young from that spur linebacker position to will linebacker. And now Anthony Jones, at only 215 pounds, is playing that spur. And Todd Graham needs Anthony Jones to play bigger than he really is. And that was a nice play.
So 3rd down and 10. After a 30-yard run by Gordon, nothing on the last 2 plays. Stavi leveled as he throws, and the pass way high and incomplete. Anthony Jones. And it's Will Sutton that's shaken up on the play. It was Anthony Jones that leveled the quarterback, Stavi. He's hurt, and then Will Sutton is hurt. He's mad. Will Sutton upset. Maybe he felt there was a cheap shot by an offensive lineman by Wisconsin.
Will Sutton had a lot to do with that hit on the quarterback, because Llewellyn could have stayed in his gap and picked up Anthony Jones, but he decided to go and double team Will Sutton and left a free lane for Anthony Jones.
And unable to pick up what happened after you saw 2 players engage with Will Sutton, but he didn't like it. He felt there was a cheap shot made by a Badger. So Meyer will punt to Robert Nelson, who waits for it at the 10. Wisconsin's backup quarterback, by the way, is Kurt Phillips, who's in his 6th year. He's battled injury problems himself. We'll see if Stavi's able to go on the next drive. And fair caught at the 12-yard line by Nelson. Arizona State back on offense when we come back to Sun Devil Stadium.
And here it is again, the same matchup. You wonder when Wisconsin will go to their nickel and dime package.
Foster on the carry. Big hole. Up to the 30-yard line, where he's grabbed at the ankles by Southward. Still a 15-yard gain for DJ Foster.
And this is the versatility of DJ Foster. He lines up as a wide receiver. All of a sudden now he's in the backfield and he's running it back. And he's got a lead blocker. You just can't defend that with any kind of certainty.
3rd down and 9. Orland coming again. And Kelly got a man wide open. It's DeAndre Lewis on the catch. There is a penalty flag down on the far side. Looks like it's going to be on Wisconsin. So this will stick, and a big play through the air to DeAndre Lewis.
Holding on the defense, number 21. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, 1st down.
Well, you're going to get a blitz, and who's going to be left is Connor O'Neill right here, and he has to cover the blitz, and he just runs right by DeAndre Lewis. He lets him get by. You got to get a jam on him. That's football 101. If you're playing 2 deep as a linebacker, you can't let a guy run right by you. You got to get a shoulder on him and knock him off the route.
1st and 10. And Kelly to pass. Gonna go deep. And it is incomplete, intended for Strong, and now a flag. It took a while for that flag to come in, but they threw it on Darius Hillary, who was defending Strong at the 15-yard line. Pac-12 officials, Jack Follier,
Pass interference on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
They're trying to execute the back shoulder throw to Jalen Strong, and Hillary, just a true sophomore, is in position. And boy, I didn't see a whole lot right there. I didn't know maybe before.
This looked like another drop. Wow. Through his hands. It's at least 4 by Arizona State, but it does, in this situation, work out for them. Ball at the 20. Have 2 timeouts left. 10 play of the drive coming up. Kelly to the air again. Firing end zone. Incomplete. And another flag. This one on Shelton. Again, it was intended for Strong.
And this time, I think Shelton had his left hand on the back of the receiver. Anytime that official that's lined up under the goalpost sees that, he's looking at that hand on the left side, and did he get his hand on the back before the ball got there?
Pass interference on the defense, number 8. Grabbing and restricting the receiver. First down.
Take a look. Here he is. Does he get his left hand on the receiver? Like he did, and that official in the back, he's the one looking. There's that left hand. Yeah, the arm. That's a good call. The call before, not so good. I think that was a good call. And the thing about Shelton is he's such a good athlete with such good feet, such good speed and instincts that he's going to be in a lot of those situations where he's close to the wide receiver. He's not going to be beat a whole lot. Right. So he has to learn how to be disciplined with his hands when the ball's in the air.
He has gotten stronger. He's still got a ways to go. They list him at 172. He arrived in Madison at 150 pounds.
150?
Not too many 150-pound corners in the Big Ten in your day. First down and goal at the 5 for Arizona State. Here's Kelly. And he's in trouble, and down he goes. Borland forced to cut back, and then he's dropped by Ethan Hemer for a loss on the play. It's second down as we are inside 90 seconds to go in the half. Arizona State trailed 14-3. An impressive drive by the Sun Devils to march down the field and cut the Badger lead to 4. Now they look to take the lead. This drive started for Arizona State on its own 4. And the Sun Devils now at the Badger 6 for second down. Kelly. And underneath, it's caught. Gamage trying to get in. And he's down inside the 1. So it'll be third and goal from inside the 1 for Arizona State with 50 seconds to go.
Looked like his knee came down just before that ball crossed the goal line. Yeah, clearly it's down. And
they're quick. They're quick to the line. They want to snap it. Kelly's ready on third down. Here's Grice, and he's going to lose yardage. Bo Allen made the tackle, and now Todd Graham runs on the field to call timeout as he's got a decision to make here.
Well, Todd Graham ran the same play thinking he would get it, and great job by Wisconsin D-line.
19-yard field goal try for Gonzalez. Snap high. He puts it through. And Arizona State cuts the Wisconsin lead to 1. Again, Easton Wallstrom having a little trouble with the snaps. Berkovici, the holder, got it down, though. And again, Todd Graham does this at every halftime. He'll speak to his team on the field, and then they'll go into the locker room. 14-13, Wisconsin leads by 1. Time now to check in with Reese, Mark, and Lou in the studio. The nightcap here on ESPN from Tempe, Sun Devil Stadium, where Wisconsin leads Arizona State by 1, 14-13, as we get you ready for the start of the second half. Dave Pasch, Brian Griese, Tom Lugan, Bill as well. Brian, Wisconsin leading, but were they the better team in the first half?
Well, I think Arizona State was certainly the aggressor. And if you take away that one poor special teams play where they gave up the touchdown, it would be a 13-7 game. But Arizona State's defense has been aggressive. They've been able to slow the rushing attack and slow Melvin Gordon and James White. They only have 71 yards in the first half, and that's a win because they've averaged 390 yards a game coming in.
If you take away the 32 yards that were counted against their rushing that they lost on that botched snap that led to a Wisconsin touchdown, they actually outrushed Wisconsin in that first half. Here's Doe across the 20, and that's it. Slam down there.
And one of the reasons why they had such success in slowing that running game was they brought pressure off the edge. They brought corners on several plays. Right here you see Erebor get in the backfield and force James White into the rest of the defense. And then again, this time he'll make the play. 2 guys off the edge, and that's something that Arizona State has found a weakness in this power running game for Wisconsin. Now the key is, can Wisconsin make the adjustments? They know that these things are going to come, the corner cats into the boundary. Maybe they'll start to have the answer in starting to fan some of those offensive line and have that fullback get out there and block that corner.
71 rushing yards, only 30 passing yards. Stavy was 5 of 11, but he did have a touchdown pass in that first half. They bring Gordon in motion and give it to him. And on a cutback, he's got room. Gordon across the 40. A home run threat off to the races. They won't get him. Melvin Gordon with a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage of the second half. He led the nation in yards per carry last year, averaging 13 yards a pop this year. That average just went way up after that touchdown run there, 80 yards.
And he's just so smooth and patient, and he gets in the open field and nobody's going to catch him. And great adjustment already. First play of the second half, they run the ball on the perimeter rather than trying to slam it up inside.
Point after by French makes it 21-13 Wisconsin.
So many cats into the boundary, and all of a sudden here he comes, and they're just going to hand him the football, and he gets a great block from Aberderis on the outside, and he does the rest. But they've got so many blitzes and a great adjustment. You get a blitz into the boundary and then run the ball wide with your most explosive back and get him in the open field.
They had 71 rushing yards in the first half. They get 80 on this play, the first of the second half. Gordon to the house, and the Badgers extend their lead to 8. We talked about the similarities with Wisconsin's offense under Brett Bielema, but I don't know if we saw as many of those jet sweeps with the running back coming in motion, right?
That's a great point.
Not bad for the pencil neck play-by-play guy.
Every now and then.
Here's Grice on the return. And hit hard to the 20-yard line. Take a look at our first half stats brought to you by America's Navy. Again, that's 71 rushing yards just obliterated on one play. The turnover by Arizona State was on that botch punt that led directly to a touchdown. 52 plays run by the Sun Devils, more than double what Wisconsin had in the first half.
Yeah, and of all those stats, that's the one to keep an eye on in the second half with this Wisconsin defense. They played so many plays.
Officials Grice into the pile. He gets driven back at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
You know, guys, with Sojourn Shelton, one of the things that limited his recruitment to some degree is the lack of ideal height. The #1 most important trait he has right now as a young player is confidence. And when you've got confidence at corner, the defense can play cat coverage. And that's you got that cat and you got that cat. That's what they're doing with Sojourn Shelton.
Well, we've seen at times Darius Hillary in there for him, and Hillary is out there now. Kelly had trouble with it on first down, and he gets rid of it. And Grice makes a man miss, and out to the 27-yard line. So about 4 yards on a play that looked like it was going nowhere fast. But another third down here for Arizona State.
Boy, and it just has not been crisp on offense for Arizona State. Drop passes, dropped snaps. That was going to be a screen. It looked like it could have had a chance, but it gets off kilter and off schedule when you drop the snap and you bring up a big 3rd and 2 here.
They're 1 for their last 5 on third down. They need to get to the 30-yard line here. Kelly, and Grice makes a play for his quarterback. Pulls it in at the 36-yard line with Armstrong covering. We've seen drops by Kelly's receivers, but Grice made a nice play.
And again, it's that matchup, Grice on Brendan Kelly. Kelly decides to rush, then gets to try to get in no man's land and get back in coverage, and he's beat. 25.
Kelly stepping up, and a short throw that's caught by Gamage. And immediately tackled by Armstrong. You see the red card by the Wisconsin coaches. What does that tell you?
And that's a substitution alert to the defense. We're trying to tell their front 7 the next time the ball is on the hash close to Wisconsin sideline, we want to substitute all front 7 guys. They're trying to alert them so that they can get those fresh D linemen and linebackers in, even though this is a fast-paced offense.
Here comes a blitz off the edge, and they throw it that way, and it's caught. And Jalen Strong looks like he's got the first down based on forward progress. He was driven back by Caputo. It is a first down for the Sun Devils.
And what Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator for Wisconsin, was telling us is Arizona State will actually try to keep the ball on the far hash so that you can't substitute. So there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on here with Arizona State trying to keep this front 7 for Wisconsin on the field.
They faked that little shovel pass. Actually, no, it was a pitch And Foster to the outside. Gets positive yardage. We saw that play run in the first half. Caputo and Kelly track down DJ Foster. And they got a lot of different weapons. We've seen Strong make a play. You've also got Demarie Nelson. He's been out there. We haven't seen him make a catch yet. He was a junior college Wildcat quarterback that Todd Graham and company are excited about. We'll see if he makes a play before the day is done. Here's Kelly with time. And wide open is Ozier down the sideline. Inside the 15. Somebody forgot about number 82 on the near sideline.
Yeah, miscommunication. You got one guy playing man-to-man and then one guy playing zone. That's Southwood that comes down playing zone coverage, and that miscommunication leads to a big gain.
Here's DeAndre Lewis inside the 10 and near the 5-yard line. He had 122 yards against Wisconsin 3 years ago on a 1-point loss for the Sun Devils. He's kind of the number 3 guy now at tailback. Give it to him again. And he's to the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Arizona State. Wisconsin getting worn out here on this drive.
This is now over 70 plays that this Wisconsin defense has been on the field.
And on the quarterback sneak, he pushes the pile. They haven't signaled yet.
I don't think he made it. I mean, Arizona State never takes a snap from under center, and as soon as he got under center, all of the Wisconsin defenders, Borland in particular, got right over the center, anticipating the sneak. And
even if he did get in, you couldn't tell. You couldn't see the ball. It's 2nd down and goal. No way to review that. Wisconsin trying to hustle players in substitution.
Arizona State substitutes, so they have to have a chance.
Here's Eubank and Gweiss trying to get outside. He does. Touchdown, Arizona State. Second score of the night for Marion Grice. Had 19 total touchdowns a year ago, and we'll see if Arizona State goes for the tie here, or if they elect to kick the extra point.
Keep an eye on a matchup with Chris Coral right up here in the slot. They're doubling them now, Wisconsin is.
Kelly in trouble. Hit from behind and dropped by Pat Muldoon. So it remains 21-19 Wisconsin. Final minute of the 3rd quarter here in Tempe. So Wisconsin maintains its lead by sacking the quarterback and keeping Arizona State from converting on that 2-point play. Pat Muldoon tracking down Taylor Kelly. So it remains 21-19. Dave Pasch, Brian Greasy, Tom Lugendal. Here at Arizona State, Sun Devils trying to get a signature win for Todd Graham. Badgers trying to do the same for their first-year head coach, Gary Anderson. They'll keep it on the ground here with Gordon. He breaks a tackle. Another one. And Gordon taking off again. How about this kid? Sophomore from Kenosha, Wisconsin. With a huge play there. About 35 yards.
Well, he gets in the hole, and then on the second level right there is a great move, and he just left Iribor in the dust.
He's got 179 rushing yards after that 35-yard scamper. First down at the 40-yard line of Arizona State. Here's play action. Stavi setting up, looking deep, airing it out. Abradaris diving to make the play at the 21-yard line. A 19-yard pickup.
Well, we knew that the play action was going to be there anytime they wanted it. This was a great job. You're going to see the receiver come down, Abradaris, and then come back to the football. It wasn't how they probably practiced it all week, but a great adjustment from Abradaris and fighting back to the football and giving Stavi a place to throw that ball. That's just experience.
Helping out his quarterback. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Badgers on the cusp of the red zone as we start the 4th with a 2-point lead over ASU. Melvin Gordon lighting it up here at Sun Devil Stadium, averaging 18 yards a carry tonight. They'll give it to him here on first down. They finally hit him hard at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard on the play.
Arizona State continues to dedicate 9 and sometimes 10 guys in the formation to stop the running game, and they're challenging Joel Stavi. As you said, will Stavi make the throw with Alberderis to win the game? And that's Arizona State's game plan, and I don't blame them. But had one connection already in this drive. Can they use play action again?
2nd and 9. Stavi has White in the backfield, and he'll throw. And it's a screen to White, gets a block, and then White runs into his center, Dallas Llewellyn, who thankfully hops to his feet. That looked ugly, but he appears to be okay. So it's 3rd down and 4 coming up for Wisconsin. When the two teams met in Madison a few years ago, a blocked extra point was the difference. Wisconsin won, and so far in this game, a failed 2-point conversion by ASU the difference. And the Sun Devils hoping here to hold Wisconsin to a field goal try.
Big 3rd down here. I'm not surprised if they run the football, even though it's 3rd and 4.
You got Strauss in at fullback in front of White. It's play action. And Stavi fires. Broken up. Intended for Pedersen. Alden Darby had coverage, and it's 4th down.
Well, I think Arizona State knew this was coming, this play action, corner flat combination, and they're trying to get the ball to Pedersen. And give credit to Alden Darby, the senior. Made so many plays for this Arizona State defense and forces a field goal attempt.
There was contact but right as the ball arrived. And Wisconsin has had some troubles in the field goal kicking game. Kyle French missed 6 of 16 last year, 1 of 2 this year. He made a field goal at 21 yards. This is a 34-yard attempt. The play clock winding down. And the kick is good, and the lead is 5 for Wisconsin. Early 4th quarter here in Arizona. Wisconsin leading Arizona State after a field goal by Kyle French, 24-19. Darby and Grice are deep as French will gear up for the kickoff from the 35. The last of 4 games pitting Big Ten against Pac-12 opponents. Pac-12 1-2. The Big Ten with 1 win so far today. And here's Grice. And he's up to the 23-yard line as we bring Tom Luganville in from the field.
You know, the second quarter matchups that ASU found to be so successful was getting number 8 DJ Foster, number 1 Marion Grice in the slot as the number 3 receiver over the linebackers and strong safeties for Wisconsin. They have not done that since the second quarter. Secondly, number 97 Brandon Kelly has the unenviable task of having to match up in space versus Marion Grice. He's got to be keyed in when Grice is offset to his side. He's going to get the wheel route down the sideline.
Let's see how they handle this possession here. First down. Now Grice a little banged up, so DeAndre Lewis is in, and it's a pass play for Kelly. And his pass is dropped. Another drop. This one by Chris Coyle, normally sure-handed, so it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, Wisconsin defensively has stayed in their nickel most of the game, and so they have one liability, as Tom pointed out, and that's Brendan Kelly. And they're trying not to get him matched up with Grice and with Foster. And if I'm Arizona State, you're right, you got to get the ball in number 8's hand in the slot. Here he is right here, and he's matched up on a nickel. That's an advantage for Arizona State. That's Nate Hammond, who's a backup freshman safety.
And now they move up Borland out near him. As Kelly goes down the sideline, a back shoulder throw that's caught by Jalen Strong. A first down to the 43. Gain of 19 on the play.
We see more quarterbacks and wide receivers in college working on this throw, and this is done perfectly. Throw right at the back of the helmet, and you tell the wide receiver to wait until the last second to turn around. It's well done by Jalen Strong and Taylor Kelly.
I think Strong can be a difference maker for the Sun Devils, and he's made a couple plays here. They go to him again. He goes up high and makes the grab. A beautiful catch inside the Badger 35.
Exact same call against man-to-man, and that's Hillary, who's a backup corner. And a great adjustment from Jalen Strong. You can see why they're so excited about his playmaking ability in crowded spaces with corners on him.
You got to have guys that can take the top off the defense, as you like to say, in a conference like the Pac-12. As Kelly will throw it again here, going to go deep into the end zone. Incomplete, trying to hit Strong, who is in double coverage.
Brian, you referenced his big playability, Jalen Strong down the sideline, but I think it's his size and speed combination that was sorely lacking in this offense a year ago, particularly in contested matchups, one-on-one, where your quarterback, Taylor Kelly's got tremendous confidence. And guys, just another note, Sojourn Shelton, the freshman corner, has not been in the last 3 plays.
Darius Hillary, we've seen him spell Shelton from time to time at corner. Kelly throwing again, and this pass is off target, incomplete. There was contact as Foster was hit by Caputo. Maybe it was uncatchable. The official was watching it the entire way.
Well, there's no question that Caputo got there early, and that should have been a flag. There's no question he was there early.
So now really for Arizona State, you're in four-down territory. We'll see how they handle this play. 3rd and 10.
Sojourn Shelton is back in the game at the top of the screen on Jalen Strong, so it's a good sign for Wisconsin. Man-to-man.
Kelly gets rid of the pass, and it is caught. DJ Foster with the defender Caputo all over him. A lot of back shoulder throws on this drive.
Well, it's all man-to-man coverage from Wisconsin, and they're challenging Arizona State to make the plays. Taylor Kelly is throwing the ball on a dime, and his receivers are now starting to step up and make the plays they weren't making in the first half.
1st down and goal. And it's a pass play. Kelly being chased and throws it away. Almost stepped out before he got rid of the pass. That's what the Wisconsin defenders are saying. And no, it's an incompletion.
And so far in this game, Arizona State has struggled to get the ball in the end zone when they've been down here. They've not been very good, and a big reason why is because they haven't had that consistent rushing attack that Todd Graham loves to have. They get down here and they got to throw the football. It's very difficult.
And now you got Eubank in as they pull Kelly to the sideline. He's had a great drive so far. They'll see if Eubank can finish it here on 2nd and goal. It's Grice looking for his 3rd score. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona State. And for the first time since the opening quarter, the Sun Devils are on top. They will go for 2 here. They failed the last time. Look to extend the lead to 3.
I don't know if they want to go for 2, but they seem to be confused, and they had their kicking team on the field, and now they're trying to get their offense situated. And
you got to go for 2, right?
Still a lot of time on the clock with 20 seconds on the play clock.
But this is the right decision.
Yes, absolutely. Just looked like they had their kicking team out on the field.
Kelly back out there. Grice next to him. They roll him out. And Kelly throws it out of bounds. He had Jalen Strong open. In that situation, why not just throw it up for grabs? You got a 6'4" receiver.
I don't think he saw him. I don't think he saw him. He had him in the back, but he didn't see him. But they get the touchdown, and they answer to Wisconsin. And a physical run right here by Grice. Not a big hole, but gets just over the goal line.
Some impressive throws by Taylor Kelly on that last drive, particularly those back shoulder throws. And the last 2 possessions for Arizona State, they have dominated Wisconsin's defense. They regain the lead, 25-24. Plenty of time left here in the 4th quarter. Denzel Doe is the deep man. Now this is a returnable kickoff. Doe across the 20 and brought down at the 23-yard line. Yesterday, Wisconsin comes out a day early to adapt to the heat. They did a walkthrough out in the heat at a high school on Thursday. Walked through yesterday as well. Now they trail by 1. They've got the ball short of their 25-yard line. And here's Gordon. Look at him go. Oh, man. Oh, and then he just runs over a corner. We got to keep an eye on this guy for the rest of the regular season. My goodness.
He is something special. And this Arizona State had it defended perfectly. You see it come up, and they have containment. It just runs right over him. And he's a physical back. 6'2", 220 pounds, and he can run.
Robert Nelson, 169 pounds, at no shot. And then Gordon just punished Alden Darby. Here's White. And he's trying to get outside. Cut down at the 30-yard line for a 1-yard loss. So they get 8 on first down. They lose a yard on second down. And now it's 3rd and 3. Nelson made the play that time for ASU.
I'm getting the ball in Melvin Gordon's hands any way that I can. I rule out a screen. It's like a running play, but you get him on the edge, and this pass rush for Arizona State is fierce.
Put Stavi in the gun here with Gordon and White. Stavi to throw. And it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That's the second time today, and it's Jackson Hood who got it again. Stavi's 6'5". I don't know if those passes are low. I mean, Jackson Hood's 6 feet tall. He's knocked down 2 passes.
I just think this was a poor throw. He's just trying to dump the ball to James White. And he threw the ball low. He threw the ball right in Jackson Hood's face mask. And if you're going to throw that ball over the middle, over those defensive linemen, you've got to get high as a quarterback with as high a release as you possibly can. And Joe Stavi's 6'5". He's plenty tall enough.
5 inches taller than the guy who knocked it down. Nelson, the deep man here, as Wisconsin kicks it away. Makes the first man miss. Nelson finally brought down by Chris Borland, special teams ace and standout linebacker for the Badgers. In the first half, Wisconsin had only 71 rushing yards, got 80 on the first play of the third quarter. A touchdown run by Gordon. They're at 2:21 right now, but they trail as Arizona State's Taylor Kelly has really gotten into a rhythm. Sun Devils with a 1-point lead. They've had a pair of failed 2-point conversions, but they're still on top, and they have the ball at their 40-yard line with 10:15 remaining. Kelly will hand it off here on 1st and 10. Grice able to turn the corner. He's pushed out after a gain of close to 8 yards by Ethan Armstrong. Grice with 3 rushing touchdowns in this game for ASU.
And that time, last drive, Arizona State threw the ball at will in man-to-man coverage. So this drive, Wisconsin is going to play zone, but they're only leaving 3 and 4 guys in the box. So it's begging Arizona State to rush the football.
The 83rd play of the game for Arizona State's offense right here. 2nd and 2. And Kelly to throw, has a man in his face and has to throw it away. It was Bo Allen who had a touchdown on a botched snap on a punt that had pressure on Kelly.
Give Bo Allen credit. He came right up the middle, almost unblocked. And they're asking him to do a lot in this defense. Be the nose guard and 2-gap and then rush the quarterback. And he's been up to the challenge. It's not easy to play 83 snaps now in the desert at 320 pounds.
Got to do it again here to get the football back. Arizona State with Stanford on the road next, then USC at home, then Notre Dame in Arlington, Texas. Trying to get a win here, which would be the biggest for Todd Graham in his 2nd year at ASU. And that pass pulled in by Ozier for a first down. Taylor Kelly dealing here in the 2nd half.
Mike Norvell, his offensive coordinator, loves to move him, says he's very accurate on the move. And when you start to get pressure, you get outside the pocket, the reads become a lot easier on an accurate throw.
And here's Grice inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 or 6 on the play.
Well, you get the feeling now that this is the game here for Wisconsin. They have got to get a stop because their offense has been anemic in the second half.
They've got Purdue at home next week, then a date with the Buckeyes in Columbus after that as Kelly goes down the sideline. Oh, Strong up high, pulls it in. Jalen Strong has really come alive here in the second half.
The third back shoulder throw, this time on Gene. And they just know the matchup out there is in their favor. They're going to continue to go to that well.
See if they do it again here on first down inside the 15-yard line. Ball at the Badger 12. Here's Grice. Makes a man miss. His fourth touchdown. Got some help from his quarterback, too, and a block by Kelly.
This offense is so predicated on tempo and rhythm and confidence that comes from that. And in the second half, we've seen the accumulation of snaps and the speed and the playmakers start to show up for Arizona State on offense, and they're in a good rhythm.
And think about it, their defense has only allowed 17 points. The other touchdown came on special teams as the Sun Devils have an 8-point lead. Wisconsin needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion as Marion Grice with his fourth rushing touchdown, and the Sun Devils on top and in control. Todd Graham trying to get his biggest win in his second year at Arizona State, trying to knock off the Wisconsin Badgers, and Joel Stavi, who has struggled in this game. Just 9 completions, 77 yards. He does have a touchdown pass. You would imagine Arizona State will try to make him beat them rather than their outstanding running backs. It'll come out to the 25 here.
Gary Anderson is going to find out as a new head coach of Wisconsin. He's going to find out a lot about his young quarterback right now, right here on the road in this drive.
They got 7 in the box on defense here. And the 2 deep safeties. And they'll run James White, trying to get through a hole, and he picks up about 5 to the 30-yard line, brought down by Martin and Coleman, Tom.
You know, it can be so difficult when you know what you are as an offense. You know what your identity is, and everybody else knows it too. And you get put out of your comfort zone, and you have to play from behind. You also know exactly what you aren't, and I think that can affect your overall psyche and confidence when you get in these situations, particularly on the road.
Let's see how the young quarterback handles it. We'll see if they just continue to feed the running backs as well. Take time off the clock. They've been pretty balanced run pass as Gordon is the tailback. And they drag Gordon down this time at the line of scrimmage. Bradford and Young.
And this is where you need your quarterback. You run the ball on first and second down, and you're going to bring up third down situations where you need your quarterback to make a play.
Other than really 2 run plays, they've held up pretty well on defense. Stavi throws incomplete. There was contact in the secondary, but the pass was off target, intended for Doe, and it's 4th down. The Badgers have to punt.
And that approach, I just don't think that kind of approach, running the ball first and second down, you put your quarterback in a difficult situation. Not very confident right now. The ball had no chance of being caught. You have a much better chance with play action potentially on a second down play, flipping the ball to Pedersen in the flat or something like that to get on schedule and getting him some confidence before he has to go on third down.
Oh, they fake it here on 4th down. And it's Borland that's going to throw it, and it's caught by Pedersen. First down, Wisconsin in Arizona State territory. Fake punts were a staple when Brett Bielema was the head coach of Wisconsin. And here Gary Anderson in his first big game dials it up beautifully.
Well, give him credit. Here's Borland right here, and he is going to come around this way. Well-designed play. He just flips it to him, and I thought Borland was going to run the ball. Looked like he had the room, but then he pulls it down. And can Chris Borland do anything more for Wisconsin in this football game?
And a first down in Arizona State territory. Both Bradford and Hood are back in for the Sun Devils. They go without a tailback here, so Stavi to throw on first down. Has time. And going deep, Abradaris inside the 20. First down, Badgers in the red zone.
Great route again. Abradaris is just so friendly to the quarterback. He does all the things right to make it an easy throw. That time a double move on the outside, and he crosses face of the free safety rather than going behind him, and gives a friendly lane for his quarterback.
First and goal from inside the 3-yard line. Here's White, nowhere to go. Irabor, who's made a lot of plays today, comes in from his corner spot. It's a 2-yard loss.
We were at practice yesterday, and one of the things that we saw with Todd Graham and his defense, he felt like this game could come down to a goal line stand. And he said, we're going to have to make one play. And our philosophy on defense is to get 11 guys in the backfield. That time, Irabor, he's got 2 more snaps here. We'll see if this Arizona State defense can keep him out.
And at practice, Graham spent a good minute and a half making sure his players recognize the importance. Here's Gordon. And he breaks a tackle and gets to the 1-yard line. So it's 3rd down and goal. Will Sutton makes his first tackle of the contest. Ball inside the 1-yard line for 3rd down.
And here it is, exactly like Coach Graham laid it out. And Will Sutton, Jackson Hood, those guys on this play, they're going to be knifing in, trying to make this this offense stumble in the backfield.
3 tight ends. Gordon is the tailback. 3rd down and goal. It's Gordon. It's a touchdown. And the Badgers within 2 with 3:53 on the clock. Second touchdown of the game for Melvin Gordon. He had 3 all of last year. He's closing in on 200 yards for the game.
And they ran right behind their best offensive lineman, their left guard, Ryan Groy. And he doubled the nose with the center and got up to the 2nd level, and it was an easy walk-in.
So the Badgers going for 2. They take Gordon out of the game. It'll be White at running back. Wisconsin looking to tie it. Stavi in the gun. Stavi going to get hit from behind. No conversion. Arizona State maintains a 2-point lead. That's the 3rd failed conversion between these 2 teams in this game. Wisconsin has 2 timeouts remaining. Trailing by 2 as the Badgers kick it away to ASU. Bryce will run it out, and he'll get to the 20-yard line. Brought down at the 21. Washington knocked off Illinois. UCLA beat Nebraska. Ohio State over Cal. Arizona State leading Wisconsin. Badgers again with 2 timeouts remaining. And Kelly going to throw, trying to set up a screen to Bryce. Bryce cutting it back, has room. And Bryce stops short of the 1st down.
Boy, and he went out of bounds. You'd love to see him stay in bounds right there. 3.5 minutes left in this game. It's the little things, the little things, the little things. Stay in bounds, keep the clock running.
Get the 1st down. So 2nd down and a yard. And they're going to take time off the clock here before they snap it. And Bryce gets the 1st down here. Chris Borland tripped him up.
Guys, Mike Norvell, the offensive coordinator at Arizona State, standing right beside me here, and he's dictating tempo. He's not going to allow this ball to be snapped. He's got his eyes on the 25-second clock, or 40-second clock, excuse me, and he's just holding his hand up. You get him on the sideline right here, and they're just going to wait and wait and wait, doing a nice job. Again, dictating terms. Sometimes those terms aren't upbeat.
And if Wisconsin stops them here and they don't get a lot of yards on 1st down, do they start using those timeouts?
Absolutely.
The snap will come with about 2:40 on the clock. Play clock at 4. And Kelly on the roll-off, throwing it deep. It's caught for a 1st down at the 48-yard line by DJ Foster.
The difference in this game, when you boil it all down, has been Taylor Kelly and these wide receivers in the second half making more plays in the passing game than Wisconsin. And they have more confidence. And Taylor Kelly has continually pulled that trigger. And Arizona State has scored points because of it.
91st play coming. The snap will come with about 2 minutes on the clock. Wisconsin's got to bring some pressure here. And Bryce up to the 49-yard line for 2 yards. And here comes the first timeout by the Badgers.
Tackle by Hammond and Borland.
Borland and Nate Hammond team up on the tackle. So second down coming for Arizona State. 2nd and 8 for Arizona State. And Kelly going to throw. And it's incomplete, so the clock will stop. They took a gamble there. And now Coyle has to come out. He lost his helmet. He's a big third down receiver. He's got to come out for 3rd down and 8. And the Badgers don't have to burn their final timeout. Did you agree with that decision?
No, I don't know why you took the risk and threw the ball 2 plays before. Now run the clock or burn a timeout. But you don't need to throw the ball. He wasn't even going to get a first down anyway.
So 3rd down and 8. Now you have to throw it. So you might be able to save your timeout for offense here if you're Wisconsin, depending on what happens here on 3rd and 8.
Well, you don't have to throw it. You can decide to run it and burn a timeout.
Good. And Kelly on a quarterback run. And he is driven down at midfield. And Wisconsin will use the timeout. And they're going to have plenty of time. 1:44 on the clock. Remember, Arizona State had a bad snap on a punt in the first half, and it ended up being a Wisconsin touchdown. And Easton Wallstrom will snap it here to Dom Vizar, who will punt it away on 4th down. And Wisconsin's got 2 men back, Jordan Frederick and Kenzel Doe. It's a good snap here. And, dangerous play there by Doe, running with a head of steam, and then that ball ended up around his face mask. He put his hands up to make the fair catch around the 17-yard line. Stabby to throw on 1st down. Steps up. There's a flag down. The pass is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Abradaris, the intended receiver. Martin was in coverage. Darby was in the area. It's going to be a Badger penalty anyway.
On the offense, number 54, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
I think that's Kyle Costigan, the right guard, and I think he's trying to block Will Sutton, and that's a tough deal when you know you're going to have to throw the football, and then you draw the best defensive lineman in the Pac-12, and he just went down and grabbed the bottom of his leg.
Arizona State's going to decline this penalty to make it 2nd down and 10. Not sure I agree with that decision there.
I don't know either. I'd like to put him in the end zone. Far away from him.
Make Stabby beat you. Yeah. Stabby in the pocket. His arm hit, and he still completes it. A gain of about 5 yards to Frederick. Clock running. Minute 20 and counting, and it's 3rd down.
If you're Joel Stabby, you got to get this ball out of your hand. You can't sit back there, take 7-step drops, and expect your offensive line to hold up.
3rd and 4. Stabby. And it's caught by Duckworth. He stays in bounds. They finally get him down inside the 30-yard line with a minute to go.
Well, just as Taylor Kelly was making these back shoulder throws for Arizona State, then Joel Stabby comes back and makes it to Duckworth. Did he stay in bounds?
Ooh, it's hard to tell if he stepped out on that sideline. Every play is reviewed. We'll see if they take more time to look at it. And Stabby's going to throw here, getting chased from behind. And Stabby's pass off target, and he had a wide open Jared Abradaris inside the 10-yard line. Irabor was chasing the quarterback, and Stabby was off the mark with a pass.
If you're going to throw the football, you've got to get out of the pocket, because the worst thing you can do is take a sack here. The game's over in that case. And this is a good pass rushing defensive front, so I like getting outside the pocket, but right now you can run the ball here if you feel comfortable and confident in Kyle French, your kicker.
French last year was 10 of 16 on field goals. 2nd and 10. Another pass play. And Pedersen on the catch at the 20. He's dumped immediately by Mokiola. So inside 45 seconds left. It's 3rd down. They don't have a timeout. There's about an 8-second difference between game and play clocks. And from here, about a 38-yard field goal. And they got to throw it here. If they run the ball.
That's right. They got to have their crew, their field goal crew's got to be ready to get on the field.
23 seconds left. And Stavi's throw is caught inside the 15-yard line, and Abradaris out of bounds at the 13. Executed perfectly by the Wisconsin offense. Now you can run another play if you want. There's 18 seconds left. It's dangerous. So do you run a play or do you bring your field goal team here?
Well, just go back to that last. You can't allow that to happen. Arizona State defensively. You can't not allow a hitch on the outside to get a 1st down and get out of bounds. You got to defend the sideline, and that was just way too easy.
A lot of dangerous things can happen here. A turnover, or if you run the ball in the middle of the field, you try to spike it, somebody jumps. There's a 10-second runoff or a penalty. We'll see if Stavi throws the football. Now he's just going to run to the middle of the field and put the ball down at the 15-yard line. It was interesting. He just put the ball down. He didn't take a knee. He just put the ball on the ground. He's saying he gave himself up, so it's down. But there's 4 seconds left. The clock's running. The clock's still going. The official didn't respot the ball, and the game's over. The official took forever to put the ball down. Gary Anderson can't believe it, and the Sun Devils win the game. Why did it take forever for them to spot the ball? Wisconsin was going to get up there and spike it and bring their field goal team in. I think there was some confusion because Arizona State was saying Stavi wasn't down. He was saying, I gave myself up. I put the ball down, and the officials are heading for the exits.
You're absolutely right. That official was over the football, telling the offense of Wisconsin to wait when he should have spotted the ball and allowed them to snap the ball, spike it, and get their field goal team on the field to kick that game-winning field goal. There's no question. Let's take a look. He's going to run.
So again, Arizona State saying he just put the ball in and give himself up.
You've got one guy down here waiting on the ball. That's a delay game. Now the ball's set, and the official is telling them no, you can't go, whereas they should have been able to snap that ball.
That's a penalty on Anthony Jones, first of all, for delay a game on the defense.
It's a penalty on the defense. Here's the time, and the game clock runs out before they snap the ball, but there's no question if we can run that back and see.
So again, he went to the middle of the field. He took the ball. He put it down. He gave himself up. It looked like a delay a game on the defense. Then the official.
An awful, awful way for this game to end.
Chris Borland can't believe it. A lot of people in Madison feel his pain right now. Arizona State celebrating, though. 32-30. The Sun Devils win it.